Hello everybody, thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan and I am coming to you live from the YMCA of Greater Boston in Boston, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's varsity high school girls basketball contest between the visiting Griffins of the Cambridge School of Weston and the hosting Newman School Cardinals. As you can see from the scoreboard clock, both at the top of your screen, but also more importantly at the bottom left corner of your screen, we've got about 7 minutes before this game tips off. If you end up enjoying this live stream, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams, including next Wednesday's home finale for the Newman girls when they take on Waring School back here at the Y. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Subscribing to the channel can help. And then, of course, if there's anything you'd like to say, I encourage you to say it in the live chat. You know, could be as simple as Go Newman or Go CSW, depending on who you're rooting for. Doesn't matter. We appreciate the good vibes from either side's fans. And it could be as simple as shouting out your favorite player out on the court. Maybe you're watching a relative or a friend and you want to just give them a shout out in the live chat. You could be telling us where you're tuning in from. That's always fun to hear with these online streams. Folks can tune in from all over the world as long as they got a Wi-Fi connection. Or more importantly, if you notice any technical difficulties with the stream, either with the video or the audio, I encourage you to let me know in the live chat. You never know, it might be something I don't notice on my end, and it might be something I could fix. And then one of the more important reasons you might chime in the live chat is if I'm messing up someone's name. Maybe I have some bad information on the rosters I was given, or maybe I'm just struggling with the pronunciation. Either way, I encourage you to correct me in the live chat if that is the case. Sorry about that. So without further ado, let's take a look at the rosters for the two teams coming in. Let's start with the visitors, the Cambridge School of Weston Griffins. Going in order of jersey number for CSW, first off we have number 2, Carly Hasler. Next, number 3, Julia Willett. Number 4, Ella Mesholm. Number 10, Nadia Helsinger. Number 11, MJ Cuellar Rojas. Number 12, Maddie McColgan. Number 13, Catherine Chin. Number 14, Jillian Lamb. Number 15, Avery Busik. Number 20, Helen Gallagher. Number 21, Nisha Jha. Number 22, Fia Polyak. Number 24, Bali Krishnan. Number 25, Soraya Timas. Number 30, Mary Hermo. And number 36, Gabi Davis. So that is the roster for the Cambridge School of Weston Griffins. Head coach of the CSW girls basketball team is Justine Seeley. Now let's take a look, because we've got about 3 minutes before this game tips off. Let's take a look at the hosting Newman School Cardinals. Again, going in order of jersey number, first off, we have number 3, Trinity Scott. Number 4, Jordana Grossman. Number 10, Laura Lopes. Number 12, Nia Jablensky. And usually wearing number 11, but today she wears number 13, Kate Salmeron. Number 14, Kaiten Terrell. Usually wearing number 23, but wearing number 15 today, Amani Miller. Number 20, Fiona Howe. And number 21, Meraki Tesfaye. Head coach of the Newman School girls basketball team is Colin Richardson. So there is the roster for the hosting Newman Cardinals. As we got a little less than 2 minutes before this game tips off. As I said, we got a couple of different jersey numbers for today. Among them, Amani Miller borrowing a jersey from teammate Aya Abdulnoor, who normally wears number 15, not able to play today, and so she was generous enough to lend her teammate her jersey. The official blowing the whistle at center court. And the two teams getting ready. Important to note for those unfamiliar with playing here at the Y on Huntington Ave, as you can see, I'm sure this is a very small gym. And one important note is that the out-of-bounds sideline is actually the black and white line, not the red line that is furthest away. It is actually the nearer black and white line. As you can see, going along the sides, it's a very tight fit. Like if you're going for a corner three, your feet really have to be in the perfect spot. And just between the lack of width on the sides for the court and the relatively shorter length of the court, that leaves a lot less space to move around. Spacing can be very difficult offensively, and so this is a very defense-friendly court. And so it is going to be up to these two teams to try and find ways to score, whether that be just, taking the best shot you can get from the perimeter or trying to force a turnover defensively and run the floor for a fast break. The Griffins break their huddle and send their starters out onto the floor. We've got number 2, Carly Hasler. Number 3, Julia Willett. I think I saw number 4, Ella Messholm. I see number 12, Maddie McColgan. And number 21, Nisha Jha. For Newman, I see number 21, Meraki Tesfaye, number 15, Amani Miller, number 13, Kate Salmeron, number 3, Trinity Scott, and number 12, Nia Jablensky. There's the opening tip, and here we go. The Griffins put up a shot quickly, and that one counts. Ella Messholm with the first basket of the game. Again, if there are any CSW fans tuning in and you notice me butchering the pronunciation of a name, please correct me in the live chat. Salmeron throws it inside to Tesfaye, back out to Salmeron, up top to Scott, stolen away, and taken by number 3, Julia Willett. Willett dribbling across, steps in, swings it over, dribbling in, and keeping the ball for the bank shot is number 12, Maddie McColgan, and she's got her first 2 of the day. A quick 4-0 lead for the visiting Griffins. Salmeron swings it over to Scott. Scott steps in, mid-range, no good. Bounces right back to Scott. Scott gets a pass out to Salmeron at the top. Salmeron gives over to Tesfaye. Tesfaye gives to Scott. Scott dribbles in, mid-range, no good. Almost had that one. but instead it's rebounded by Mesholm. Throws one up, goes through the hands of McColgan, and that will give the ball back to Newman. We got an early substitution for CSW, number 20, Helen Gallagher, replacing Nisha Jha. Salmeron walks it up, swings it over to Scott on the wing. Now back up top, intercepted. Willits running with it on the fast break, goes for the layup, no good. And the rebound is tipped and chased down by Gallagher. Passed out to Mesholm. Mesholm dribbling in, lost it for a second, but recovers, tries a pass, it's deflected and lost out of bounds. It's going to stay with CSW. Inbound is deflected, and it's a jump ball forced by Scott. Possession arrow to the Cardinals. Salmeron brings it up. Fakes one way, gives it to Scott on the wing. Scott dribbles towards the baseline, turns around pass, out to Tesfaye, battling Mesholm, gets it away to Scott. Scott is blocked, and that's out of bounds, and it will stay with Newman. Quick inbound to Miller. Miller steps in, puts one up, no good. Rebound Mesholm. Mesholm running the floor on the fast break, puts up a contested shot, no good. Rebound tracked down, given out to Willett. Now outside Gallagher. Gallagher rejected by Miller. Miller running on the fast break, and a reach-in foul is called against Mesholm. Or it might be Meshulam. Like I said, you know, if anyone notices me flubbing the pronunciation, please let me know in the live chat. But in the meantime, a timeout is called. 4-0, the early CSW lead off a pair of early buckets from Ella Meshulam and Maddie McColgan. But you can already see how hard it is to find openings on this smaller court in the half-court offense. I mean, once you cross half court, you know, you're right in the defender's face practically. There's not a whole lot of space between the three-point line and the half-court line. So there's not a lot of space on the outside. And then, as we mentioned before, very tight along the sides. So there's really not a lot of space for you to move around horizontally either. And because you can't space it out as much on the perimeter, that means it gets very cramped and crowded on the inside, so it's really hard to find any openings. Inbound, Salmeron, thrown to the corner to Miller. Miller dribbles in, kicks it out. Scott throws to Tesfaye. Tesfaye goes up, no good. Rebound chased down by Salmeron. Dribbles out, fires a mid-range, and banks it in. Kate Salmeron with Newman's first points of the day. Running in is Meshulam. Gets tangled up, and it's ripped away by Meraki Tesfaye. Tesfaye gives over to Salmeron. Pass over to Jablensky. Jablensky thought about the shot, decided against it. Gets a pass out to Miller. Back up top to Salmeron. Now given over to Scott. Scott throws it down to Tesfaye. Runs baseline. Shot no good. Rebound ricochet is taken by Gallagher. Gallagher running in transition. Turns around. Gives it out to number 21, Jha. Up top, Meshulam from the stripe. Banks it in. Ella Meshulam with 4 points now. Salmeron. Bounce pass over to Scott. Now over to Tesfaye. Back out to Scott. And this one broken up, stolen by Willett. Willett fires mid-range. No good. Rebound kept in bounds by Meshulam. And a shot no good. Rebound and a putback there for Nisha Jha. The shot from Avery Busick didn't fall, but she effectively got an assist. as Nisha Jha got the putback. Salmeron pass over to Scott, now to Tesfaye. Tesfaye turns around, dribbles in, shot no good. Rebound won by Miller. Miller puts it back up and in. Amani Miller with her first 2 of the day. Meshulam runs in, kicks it out to Jha. Back to Meshulam. Meshulam dribbling, looking for an opening. Pass out, taken away. This is Salmeron trying to keep her dribble, but it's taken away by Willett. Willett keeps it in bounds, running transition, kicks out, deflected, and couldn't be grasped, and it will stay CSW ball. Subs coming in on both sides. For Newman, number 14, Kaiten Terrell checks in for the first time. For CSW, number 11, MJ Cuellar Rojas. Nice catch. Inbound to Meshulam. I'll fix the scoreboard cam in a second as Meshulam runs in and hits a running floater. She's got 6 now. The score is 10-4 in favor of the Griffins. Salmeron walking it up. Pass over to Terrell. Terrell backing down, looking around. Passes out to Miller. Swings it across to Scott. Inside to Tesfaye. Back out to Salmeron. Salmeron turns around, gives to Scott, back inside to Tesfaye, pass across to Miller. Miller is blocked, recovers it herself, puts it back up again, no good. Rebound by the Griffins. Busik passes to Meshulam, throws it up, gets away from Hasler, turns around, passes out to Meshulam, fires from the stripe, no good. Rebound by Tesfaye. Given to Salmeron, less than 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. And a long shot attempt, no good. Rebound by Tesfaye. Turns around, put back, no good. Gets her own rebound, put back. That one is good. So Tesfaye with her first 2 points. Meshulam backing down, passes it over to Jha. Jha tries to give it out, deflected, but recovered by Meshulam. Knifes her way through, shot blocked by Tesfaye. Now Salmeron walking it up. Pass over to Scott, to the corner to Tesfaye. Tesfaye throws inside to Miller. Miller gives it out to Tesfaye. Shot, banks in for 2. Meraki Tesfaye with 4. It's now a 2-point game. Running through is Meshulam. That bounced off of several players out of bounds. It will be Newman ball. Less than 2 minutes left. This is Jablensky dribbling with it. Gives over to Terrell, now to Miller. Miller backing down, keeping the ball, looking around. And I think they called a travel. Gallagher bringing it up, throws it down low, deflected a couple times and ultimately slapped out of bounds by Scott. Gallagher inbounds, quick shot, attempted no good. Rebound by Scott. Scott passes it over to Miller. Miller floats one over to Terrell. Terrell throws it back inside to Miller. Miller kicks it out. Scott, long try, no good. Rebound fought for, and they call a foul on Maddie McColgan. Quick inbound to Terrell. Terrell tries almost, but no good. Rebound tipped several times, won by Tesfaye. Tesfaye banks it back in. Tesfaye has 6 points, and we've got a tie game. Pass floated down low, out of reach, and that will give it back to the Cardinals. Jablonski brings it up. Dribbles, gives to Scott. Now to Tesfaye. Tesfaye kicks it back out to Scott. Scott fires along two and hits it. A big bucket for Trinity Scott gives Newman their first lead of the game. Gallagher double dribbles. .5 on the clock here in the first quarter. Jablonski dribbling, gives it over to Miller. Miller throws it down low to Terrell. Terrell's pass or shot is blocked by McColgan. Now it's McColgan with the ball. Dribbling in, passes, and the loose ball is dove on by Amani Miller, but then a jump ball forced by McColgan. .4 seconds left. Gallagher, quick inbound, intercepted by Tesfaye, and she's just going to hold it for the last seconds. And that is how we will end the first quarter. The score here at the YMCA of Greater Boston, the Newman Cardinals 12, the Cambridge School of Weston Griffins 10. I'm just going to take off my mic for a brief sec so I can fix the scoreboard clock. All right, second quarter underway. Inbound goes to Jablonski. Newman with a 12-10 lead. It's stolen by Meshulam. Meshulam knocked away from her and taken away by Amani Miller. Pass goes up to number 10, Laura Lopes, seeing the floor for the first time. As Miller takes it, gives to Salmeron, and Salmeron travels. Meshulam bringing it up, throws it up for McColgan. McColgan trying to force her way through, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound, scrummed for, and we got a foul against CSW. Salmeron walking it up, pass to Jablonski, back up top to Salmeron. Now inside to Miller. Miller's pass intercepted by Meshulam. Meshulam running the floor. Fast break layup is in. Meshulam now leads all scorers with 8 points, and we have a tie game. Jablonski brings it up. Looking around, floats a pass, gets away, and that will be Griffin's ball. Meshulam bringing it up, pass deflected by Miller, and that's going to go out of bounds. Was looking down low to McColgan. Quick inbound gets to McColgan, shot from under the hoop is in. Maddie McColgan now with 4 points, and CSW takes back the lead, 14-12. Salmeron pass to nobody really, and it's knocked out of bounds by Julia Willett, and it will stay with Newman. Inbound to Miller, given back to Salmeron. Salmeron to Miller. Miller pass back, intercepted again by Meshulam. Meshulam running the floor again, hits another fast break. Ella Meshulam, the first player to reach double figures. She's got 10. Salmeron walks it up, lost the ball, and it's a jump ball. Possession arrow to the Griffins. Quick pass, deflected away by Jablensky and recovered by Miller. Passed up to Salmeron, stolen from behind by McColgan. It's recovered by Meshulam, stolen right back by Miller. Now Miller running the floor, turns around, pass across to Laura Lopes. She's blocked by Carly Hasler. Willett is running with it. Pass inside, intercepted by Lopes. Lopes gives it back to Jablensky. Jablensky running with it, turning around, pass out to Salmeron. Thrown up top to Miller. Miller dribbles in, kicks it out. Terrell, the shot, no good. Rebound by Nisha Jha. And a timeout is called by CSW. 5:34 on the clock here in the second quarter. The Griffins lead the Cardinals 16-12. Remember, if you enjoyed this live stream, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. And if you got something to say, I encourage you to say it in the live chat. Inbound goes to Meshulam. Meshulam runs in past McColgan. McColgan goes up, no good. Rebound tipped, scrummed for, another jump ball. This will be Newman ball. Meraki Tesfaye back on the floor. She led all Cardinals scores with 6 points in the first quarter. Salmeron throws one over to Tesfaye. Tesfaye looking around, gives up to Scott. Scott. Excuse me. It's thrown up top to Salmeron. Bounce pass over to Jordana Grossman and a travel. Well defended by Julia Willett to force the travel there. Meshulam pass intercepted by Tesfaye. Tesfaye running with it. Trying to keep her dribble, goes up, shot no good, gets her own rebound, put back, no good. Own rebound again, blocked that time, but not cleanly. Meraki Tesfaye will go to the line for 2. And she hits the first. 7 points for Meraki Tesfaye. We've got a pair of substitutions for CSW. Number 15, Avery Busik, and number 22, Fia Polyak, check into the game. And Tesfaye hits the second. 2 for 2 at the line. Tesfaye now has 8, and it is once again a 2-point game. Helen Gallagher, ball's poked loose, but recovered by Gallagher. Gallagher's pass knocked out of bounds by Lopes. Jha looking for the inbound. Inbounds it, knocked out of bounds again by Lopes. Jha tries to fit one through, and it is walled off and taken away ultimately by Tesfaye. Salmeron walks it up, pass to Scott, now to Tesfaye. Tesfaye runs in, shot no good. Rebound by Busik. Now running up is Willett. Willett fires a quick shot, no good. And that will be out of bounds, Newman ball. Subbing back in is the leading scorer, Ella Meshulam. Salmeron walking it up. Pass over to Scott, now to Tesfaye. Tesfaye back up top to Salmeron, now over to Grossman. Grossman pass taken away again by Ella Meshulam, running the floor, stops, pulls up, hits it. 12 points for Ella Meshulam. She is running the show so far today. Salmeron, bounce pass over to Scott, inside to Tesfaye. Tesfaye back out to Scott, quick shot, no good. Rebound chased down by Polyak. Now Gallagher bringing up the ball, floats a pass, gets it to Ja, out to Polyak. Polyak steps in, kicks it out to Gallagher. Gallagher turns around. I think that was a shot. Might have been blocked by Tesfaye. It's recovered by Lopes. Now Salmeron brings it up. Over to Grossman. Grossman's pass deflected, out of bounds, stays with Newman. 2 substitutions on both sides. Amani Miller and Caton Terrell back on the floor for Newman. And among the substitutions for CSW, I saw Maddie McColgan and Carly Hasler. Scott dribbling, lost it to Meshulam. Meshulam throws a pass, gets it to Hasler, floated up to McColgan. McColgan lost the ball, and it will be Newman ball. 3:03 on the clock here in the second quarter. Salmeron walks it up. Over to Terrell, now to the corner to Miller. Miller steps in, looking around, pass to Tesfaye. Now out to Salmeron. Salmeron manages to get it to Tesfaye. Now over to Scott. Back inside to Tesfaye, dribbles in, shot no good, draws a foul. Tesfaye will go back to the line for 2. And the first one is good. Julia Willett returns to the floor for the Griffins, replacing Carly Hasler. And she hits them both. Meraki Tesfaye now with double figures. And that's another turnover on the pass for CSW. Tesfaye, the first Cardinal to reach double digits. She's got 10. Scott passes inside Tesfaye, backing down, shot blocked and lost out of bounds. Last touched by Newman. Meshulam bringing it up, pass down low to McColgan. Fakes, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound, lost out of bounds. It'll stay with the Griffins. Ja looking for the inbound, gets to McColgan. McColgan backing down, still stolen away by Miller. And a reach-in foul is called on Willett. Inbound to Salmeron. She walks it up. Pass over to Terrell. Terrell turning around, pass. Broken up but recovered by Terrell. Terrell throws inside to Miller. Miller gives over to Tesfaye. Tesfaye out to Scott. Inside to Tesfaye. Steps in, lost the ball. And it's out of bounds. The Griffins take over. Meshulam pass inside, gets away from everybody, and that's out of bounds. Inbound to Salmeron. Salmeron looking around, pass goes off the foot of Willett. Looking for the inbound, throws it into Terrell in the corner, and Terrell double dribbles. Minute 39 left here in the second. 18-16, the CSW lead. Meshulam bringing it up, looking around, pass over ahead and out of bounds. Passing struggles continue for the Griffins, but they still hold a 2-point lead. Salmeron passes to Miller. Miller pass through the hands of Scott, and turnovers back and forth. Meshulam bringing it up, throws down low, and again it's out of bounds. Inbound to Salmeron. Salmeron pass intercepted by Willett. Willett running with it, looking around, throws it, misses her target, and that will give it right back to Newman. Salmeron walks it up, looking around, bounce pass through to Miller. Now over to Tesfaye. Tesfaye backing down inside, floats one out to Scott. Scott tries a pass, broken up, stolen by Willett. Willett running the floor, steps up, no good. Rebound tipped and taken by Tesfaye. Tesfaye almost had it stolen, but keeps with it. Salmeron pass over to Scott, now to the corner. Corner three attempt is no good, but it's lost out of bounds, and it'll stay with Newman. A full substitution for CSW here in the last 32.7. But still Newman ball. Quick inbound out to Caton Terrell. Given over to Kate Salmeron. Salmeron tries a shot, no good. Rebound Tesfaye. Ball is poked loose and ultimately recovered by the Griffins. Dribbling with it now is number 11, MJ Cuellar Rojas. Long shot, no good. Rebound recovered by Tesfaye. Tesfaye brings it up, swings it over to Salmeron. Now out to Miller. Miller steps in. Another three ball, no good. And that is going to be the final seconds of the first half. The score at halftime. The Cambridge School of Weston Griffins 18. The Newman School Cardinals 16. Leading all scorers for CSW is Ella Meshulam with 12 points. Maddie McColgan has 4 and Nisha Jha has 2. For Newman, leading the pack is Meraki Tesfaye with 10. And then Trinity Scott, Kate Salmeron, and Amani Miller have 2 points each. It is halftime from the YMCA of Greater Boston. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I'm going to take a break off the mic, and I'm going to plug my camera into charge so the screen might go black for half a second at some random point during halftime. Don't worry about that. The broadcast is still fine, and I'll be back on the mic for the third and fourth quarters. Stay tuned. Hello again, everybody. Back on the mic, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from the YMCA of Greater Boston in Boston, Massachusetts, giving you live coverage of today's high school varsity girls basketball contest between the visiting Cambridge School of Weston Griffins and the hosting Newman School Cardinals. Remember, if you enjoy this live stream, be sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming sports live streams. And if you got something to say, I encourage you to say it in the live chat. CSW leading 18-16 as we get ready for the start of the third quarter. Stats through the first half. Ella Mashulam led the way for CSW with 12 points. Maddie McColgan had 4 and Nisha Jha had 2. For Newman, Maraki Tesfaye led the way with 10 points. Trinity Scott, Kate Salmeron, and Amani Miller with 2 points each. All right, 8 minutes back on the scoreboard clock for the third quarter. Here we go. CSW with the opening possession. Looking around for a pass. Completes the pass. The shot is blocked by Amani Miller. And the loose ball ultimately recovered by Miller. Miller floats a pass over to Maraki Tesfaye. It's deflected out of bounds off the fingertips of number 24, Bali Krishnan. No, they say last touched by Tesfaye. Running it up the floor now is number 10, Nadia Helsinger. Helsinger runs in, gets smothered, tries a pass. It's blocked and ultimately ripped away by the Griffins, but then ripped back by Amani Miller, and a jump ball is forced. A very scrappy start to the third quarter. Kaiten Terrell brings it up, throws it over to Trinity Scott. Inside to Tesfaye, outside to Miller. Long two is hit. Amani Miller with 4 points now today, and she gets the first points of the second half. We're all tied up at 18. MJ Cuellar Rojas passes it up top to Mary Hermo. Now over to number 14, Jillian Lamb. Runs in, shot no good, draws a foul. CSW showcasing their depth on their varsity lineup, running 5 non-starters to start the third quarter, and now Jillian Lamb at the line for 2. No good on the first. And no good on the second. Last rebound is out of bounds. We remain tied at 18 apiece. Inbound goes to Terrell. Terrell throws one over to Nia Jablensky, fires for 3, no good. Rebound by Rojas. Rojas walks it up, dribbles to her right, ball's poked loose, but chased down by Rojas. Rojas trying to run her way through, lost the ball. Last touched by Newman. Hermo looking for the inbound. throws it in. Quick lay-in, no good. Rebound, forces a jump ball. Possession arrow to the Griffins. Hermo looking for the inbound once again, gets one into Helsinger. Helsinger turns around, passes out to Rojas. Rojas steps in, long 2 attempt, no good. Rebound, deflected several times and goes out of bounds. Griffins ball, and now the starters come back out onto the floor. Now Nisha Jha, number 21, looking for the inbound. Inbounds it to Maddie McColgan. Shot from underneath, no good. Rebound by Tesfaye. Jablensky swings it over to Terrell. Terrell throws it inside to Miller. Miller fends off the double team and passes to Terrell. Open shot, no good. Rebound Tesfaye. Putback, no good. Rebound being chased down, lost out of bounds. Newman ball. Scott inbound to Terrell. Terrell turns around, goes inside to Miller. Back out to Scott. Scott fires from 3. Banks in the 3. A huge bucket by Trinity Scott, the first 3-pointer from either team today. Newman now holds a 21-18 lead. McColgan dribbling in, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound goes to the floor, and it's going to be another forced jump ball. Possession arrow to the Cardinals. Inbound to Jablensky. Jablensky spins across half court, gives to Terrell on the wing. Terrell throws back up top to Jablensky. Jablensky inside to Tesfaye. Tesfaye kicks it out to Miller. Miller over to Terrell. Terrell back inside to Miller, across to Tesfaye. Steps in, forces a shot, no good. Rebound is stolen back by Tesfaye. Kicks it out to Scott, mid-range, no good. Rebound tipped and recovered by the Griffins. Meshulam keeping with the ball, passes inside to McColgan. McColgan drives in, finds a lane, no good on the layup. Rebound by Miller. And now it's given over to Tesfaye. Tesfaye gives to Jablensky. Jablensky passes it over to Terrell. Now to Miller. Miller holding it on the corner, trying to back down along the baseline. Tries to give out, but it's stolen away by Meshulam. Meshulam keeping her dribble, goes around a pick, steps in, long 2 attempt, no good. Rebound tipped, recovered by McColgan. McColgan, the putback stuffed by Miller. Out of bounds it goes, and it's going to be Griffin's ball. 2 subs coming in for Newman, number 13, Kate Salmeron, and number 10, Laura Lopes, as they replace Keaton Terrell and Meraki Tesfaye. Inbound. Quick shot from McColgan goes in. Maddie McColgan now with 6 points, and it's a 1-point lead for Newman. Salmeron pass intercepted by Willett. Willett running the fast break, puts up the lay-in, gets the rim roll. Julia Willett with her first points of the day, and CSW takes back the lead. Salmeron looking for a pass, looks for Jablensky, it's broken up and recovered by McColgan. McColgan runs in and travels. And a timeout is called. (22-21). The Griffins lead the Cardinals. And we got our first player shout out in the live chat from Avery. Yay Bali, referring to number 24, Bali Krishnan of the Griffins. Played the closing seconds of the second quarter and the first couple minutes of the third quarter. So happy to see the good vibes. If you want to give a shout out to your team or your favorite player, The live chat is the place to do it. Also, feel free to let us know where you're tuning in from. It's always nice to hear with these online live streams. People can tune in from anywhere in the world as long as they've got a Wi-Fi connection. Also, if you're a fan of either team and you notice me pronouncing the players' names wrong, please correct me in the live chat. Out of the timeout, Newman with the possession. Salmeron bringing up the ball. Stolen immediately by Meshulam. Runs in, shot no good, gets her own rebound, passes it out. And now a swing over, shot no good from Ja, and it's rebounded by Jablensky. Salmeron passed it over to Scott. Now swung over to Jablensky. Jablensky fires from deep, no good. Rebound by Willett. Willett chucks it up for McColgan, knocked away, but it recovered by Meshulam. Meshulam kicks it out to Willett. Willett fires from mid-range, no good. Rebound by Scott. Salmeron walking it up again. Lost it out of bounds. It'll be CSW ball. Meshulam looking for a pass, gives it over to Carly Hasler, fires, no good, rebound by Salmeron. Salmeron is forced into a jump ball by McColgan, possession arrow to the Griffins. Looking for the inbound, gets to McColgan, blocked by Miller. McColgan has to pass out to Willett, now over to Ja. Now across, shot from Hasler is short. Meshulam gets the rebound, keeps it in bounds, kicks it out, shot from Willett, no good. Rebound, recovered by McColgan, put back, no good. Rebound by Jablensky. Jablensky gives it over to Scott. Scott fends off the defender, gets it to Miller. Miller steps in, looking, kicks it out to Salmeron. Salmeron, pass across, intercepted by Willett. Willett running the floor, fast break lay-in is good. Julia Willett now with 4 points today, and it's a 3-point advantage for the Griffins. Salmeron passes it over to Scott. Scott lost her dribbles, got to pass out of it. Pass is taken back by Salmeron because it was deflected. There's no backcourt. Gets the pass back up to Scott, but a jump ball is forced again. Possession arrow to Newman. Scott subs out. Looks like she might have had a cut on her wrist or something. The loose ball is recovered by Tesfaye. Tesfaye passes it over to Miller. Miller gives to Jablensky. Jablensky turns around, gives it out to Tesfaye. Now over to Miller. Miller looking around, trying to force her way inside. Passes out to Jablensky. Jablensky fires for a long two. Off the mark. Rebound by Grossman. Grossman holding the ball, fending off the defenders. Nowhere to go. Gets a pass out to Tesfaye. Tesfaye fires a shot. No good. Rebound tipped and taken by Miller. Pass across to Tesfaye. Tesfaye lost her footing, and a foul is called. That's going to be a foul against Nisha Ja, who is now going to check out along with Carly Hasler. Inbound goes to Salmeron in the corner, and she steps on the line. Like I said, it's a tight spot along the sides here at the Y. Got to be careful about that. Meshulam walks it up, fires, blocked by Miller, recovered by Tesfaye. Given over to Jablensky. Jablensky pass up Salmeron, taken away again by Meshulam, running fast break, pulls up mid-range, swish. 14 points now for Ella Meshulam, her first basket of the second half. Salmeron lost the ball, taken away by Meshulam, running the floor, shot, no good. Rebound by Helen Gallagher, turns around, blocked by Tesfaye. Tesfaye throws it up to Miller. Miller's got a lane, pulls up, No good. Rebound is won by CSW, and a foul is called against Miller. Trinity Scott and Caton Terrell check back in for Newman, replacing Grossman and Salmeron. Inbound to Meshulam. Meshulam running the floor, lost the ball, but a foul is called against Terrell. That is 3 team fouls for Newman. 15.6 seconds. Willett looking for the inbound, throws it into Meshulam. Meshulam dribbles out, gives to McColgan. McColgan tries to force her way through and travels. Less than 10 seconds left. Pass is floated up to Miller, back out to Scott. 3, 2, and a foul is called on Willett. But only 0.5 seconds, so they're just going to have to inbound and shoot. And they're just going to hold it, and that's going to end the third quarter. Heading into the fourth quarter, the score, the Cambridge School of Weston Griffins 26, the Newman School Cardinals 21. We got some more shout-outs in the live chat from Katrina Newbury, a very simple Go Griffins, and from Florence Bryce, Go Soraya, referring to CSW's number 5, Soraya Timas. Leading scorers through 3, Ella Meshulam with 14 for CSW, Maddie McColgan with 6, Julia Willett with 4, Nisha Jha with 2. For Newman, Meraki Tesfaye with 10, Trinity Scott with 5, Amani Miller with 4, and Kate Salmeron with 2. Inbound to Helsinger. Helsinger dribbling through, fires a shot, no good. Rebound tipped, and Hermo takes the ball. Terrell claiming she got whacked in the face, but there is no whistle, and instead a turnover on an errant pass. CSW running the same unit they started the third quarter with. That unit featuring Mary Hermo, Nadia Helsinger, MJ Cuellar Rojas, number 14 Jillian Lamb, and number 24 Bali Krishnan. Pass inside to Tesfaye, shot no good. Rebound tipped, recovered by Terrell. Pass out to Tesfaye, fires another shot, no good on the bank. Rebound recovered by Rojas. Rojas running the floor, turns around, pass out, broken up, recovered by Helsinger, steps in, floats pass out, Rojas the shot, no good. Rebound collected by Scott and given over to Miller. Miller walks it up, pass over to Terrell. Terrell picks it up, bounces it over to Tesfaye. Tesfaye runs in, shot no good. Rebound tipped several different ways, recovered by Helsinger. Helsinger keeps the ball, floats a pass, stolen away by Miller. Miller gives to Jablensky. Jablensky dribbling with it to her right, looking around, gives it to Terrell. Terrell looks around, passes to Jablensky, picks it up, fires from the baseline, no good. Rebound recovered by Krishnan. And double dribble call. And now a substitution, Helen Gallagher comes in, replacing Bali Krishnan. Scott, quick inbound to Miller. Given to Jablensky. Bounce over to Scott. Scott a long shot. Misses. and that's out of bounds. And now the full force substitution for CSW as they bring back in Carly Hasler, Julia Willett, Ella Meshulam, Nisha Jha, and Maddie McColgan. Meshulam brings it up. Pass inside to McColgan. McColgan runs in, shot no good. Rebound, chased down by McColgan ultimately. McColgan passes to a wide open Jha who banks it in for 2. Nisha Jha now with 4 today, and it's a 7-point lead for the Griffins. Pass goes up to Tesfaye. Tesfaye throws it out to Miller. Across to Scott. Scott for 3. No good. Rebound tipped. Won by Tesfaye, and Tesfaye gets fouled. That foul going to be called against Carly Hasler. And it seems that Newman is in the bonus. Unless they decided that was a shooting foul. Tesfaye hits her first. Tesfaye, a perfect 6 of 6 from the line so far today, and she's got 12. 5-point lead, and a ricochet off a bad pass, and it forces a jump ball. Possession arrow to Newman. Inbound to Jablensky. Jablensky runs it across half court. Turns around looking for a pass. Manages to get one to Tesfaye. Tesfaye throws to Terrell. Terrell inside to Tesfaye. Floated back out to Terrell. Across. Broken up by Willett. Recovered by Meshulam. And a foul is called on Terrell for the reach. Kate Salmeron returns to the floor, replacing Kaiten Terrell. Inbound. McColgan looking around, pass deflected, recovered by Jablensky, and the jump ball is forced, and that will be CSW ball. Quick inbound, McColgan turns around, puts up, no good, rebound, somehow gets a pass out to Willett. Willett gives to Meshulam. Meshulam. A timeout is called by CSW. 28-23, the Griffins lead the Cardinals. We got another simple Go Griffins from Deborah Stump. Hey, Newman fans watching this stream, don't let them out cheer you. Happy to see the good vibes from either team, but I'm even happier to see them from both teams. 5:07 on the clock here in the fourth quarter of what is currently a 2-score game. 28-23, CSW leads Newman here at the YMCA of Greater Boston. Quick inbound, whoa. Hard collision during the inbound, and that's going to be a foul against Miller. It'll stay with CSW. Inbound to McColgan. McColgan floats one over, knocked away by Jablensky, and that will stay with the Griffins. Inbound, broken up out of bounds. Stays with CSW. Another inbound to Willett. Willett dribbling around, fires a quick shot, no good. Rebound by Jha. Kicks it out to Helen Gallagher, mid-range, no good. Rebound by Tesfaye. Tesfaye running with it, trying to keep the ball. Gets across half court. And a foul is called on Willett. Quick inbound to Tesfaye. Tesfaye backing down. Forces her way through. Shot rolls in. 14 points for Meraki Tesfaye. 28-25. It's a one-possession game. Shot goes up from McColgan. No good. Rebound tipped, and it's taken by Tesfaye. Tesfaye running the floor. Forced to stop. Shot. No good. Rebound Jablensky. Jablensky has to give it out to Scott. Scott mid-range. No good. Rebound Jablensky. Fires one back up. No good. Rebound by Miller. Miller swamped by defending players, and a jump ball is forced. Possession arrow, I think, to Newman, as Jordana Grossman comes in for the Cardinals, replacing Nia Jablensky. Quick inbound. Miller's shot off the mark. Rebound by Willett. The horn of the scoreboard, I think, confused some of the Cardinals as Willett puts up a shot. No good. Rebound by Meshulam. Pass misses, and that'll be Newman ball. Salmeron gives it over to Scott. Scott gives it back up to Salmeron. Salmeron passes back out, broken up by Willett. Willett pulls up, no good, out of bounds. Couple subs checking in for CSW. Carly Hasler and Jillian Lamb return to the floor. Salmeron races across half court, gives it to Scott. Scott floats it inside to Tesfaye, now out to Miller, now over to Grossman. Grossman lost the ball, and a jump ball is going to be forced, and that will be CSW ball. Meshulam walking it up for CSW, goes around a pick, runs in, passes, intercepted by Tesfaye. Scott throws it up to Salmeron. Salmeron pass over to Scott. Scott tries a pass, it's blocked and taken away by Meshulam, but knocked loose and stolen back by Scott. Another jump ball forced. 3 minutes left. Scott inbound to Tesfaye. Tesfaye throws a pass, wasn't sure where she was going, and they call a foul on Miller. Now Meshulam walks it up for the Griffins. Starts dribbling, collides with her own teammate, but the ball is recovered by Lamb and passed back out to Meshulam. Steps in, long two, no good. Rebound by Hasler. Pass out to Lamb, up top to McColgan. That shot banks in. A big score for Maddie McColgan. She's got 8 today, and CSW is back to a 2-possession lead. Salmeron running with the ball, gives it to Scott. Scott throws it across to Tesfaye. Down low to Grossman. Grossman trying to fend off the defender, and yet another jump ball forced. Possession arrow to Newman. Substitution for Newman. Jablensky returns to the floor, replacing Grossman. Quick inbound to Tesfaye. Fires a shot. No good. Rebound. Almost lost out of bounds, but kept in by CSW. Now Meshulam bringing it up. Looking around. Pass gets into Gallagher. Shot. No good. Rebound knocked loose. And it's going to be Newman ball. Just over 2 minutes left now. 5-point lead for CSW. Jablensky runs it across half court. Gets a pass to Salmeron. Salmeron gets swarmed. Gets a pass out to Tesfaye. Tesfaye running down low. Tries a shot. No good, but draws a foul. Tesfaye will be going to the line for another pair of free throws. And she misses for the first time today. For CSW, number 15, Avery Busick checks back in, replacing Helen Gallagher. Second one is good. 9 of 10 from the line now for Tesfaye, and she now has 15 points. It is a 4-point game. Turning back around, it's given to Hasler, now over to Meshulam. Shot in and out, no good. Rebound forces a jump ball. Possession arrow to CSW. Meshulam looking. Throws it in. It's intercepted by Tesfaye. Tesfaye running the fast break. Pulls up, no good. Rebound tipped, recovered by Jablensky. Jablensky passes it around to Scott, and Scott travels. 1:24 on the clock. Newman still needs 2 baskets if they're going to tie this one up. Meshulam weaving through, fires a shot, no good. Rebound, Tesfaye. Tesfaye bringing it up herself, now gives to Jablensky. Jablensky runs in, pulls up for a long 2, and wouldn't have counted anyway because of a travel. Ja comes in, replacing Lamb. And now Meshulam walks it up. Final minute of the 4th quarter. Meshulam throws a pass up to McColgan. McColgan lost the ball, but it's recovered by Hasler. Gets a pass out. Now inside to McColgan. McColgan's shot blocked by Miller and draws a foul. And so it will be Newman ball. 46.4 seconds. Newman needs a basket in the worst way. Scott walks it up, floats a pass up to Miller, inside to Tesfaye, turns around, fires a shot, no good. Rebound by Hasler. Meshulam walking it up, passes over to McColgan. McColgan steps in, long 2 attempt, no good. Rebound by Tesfaye. Tesfaye running the floor in transition and draws a reach foul. 22.9 on the clock. Scott inbounds to Salmeron. Salmeron steps in, gives out to Scott. Scott thought about the shot, now gives to Miller, gives to Tesfaye. They're running out of time. Someone's got to think about the shot. Pass over to Scott. Scott fires a shot. It's short and out of bounds, but they say blocked. So it's actually going to stay with Newman. And a technical foul is called against the Newman coach. And that was 2 technicals against the Newman coach, and so she has been ejected from the game. And with 10.4 seconds left, Meshulam's going to shoot free throws at the other basket. All right, and misses the first. And in and out on the second. So 2 technical free throws, both missed, and now possession to CSW. And inbound is knocked loose, taken back by Tesfaye. Tesfaye throws it up to Miller. That pass lost and recovered by CSW, and they're going to hold it for the final seconds, and that is going to end it. The final score here at the YMCA of Greater Boston, the Cambridge School of Weston Griffins 30, the Newman School Cardinals 26. Final point totals, leading the way for CSW, Ella Mishulam with 14 points. Maddie McColgan had 8 points, and Julia Willett and Nisha Jha had 4 points each. For Newman, Meraki Tesfaye led the way with 15 points, including a 9 of 10 performance at the charity stripe. Trinity Scott had 5, including the game's only 3-pointer. Amani Miller had 4, and Kate Salmeron had 2. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. If you enjoyed this live stream, be sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams, including this coming Wednesday's game back here at the Y at 3:30 against the Waring School. Be sure to stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the channel can help. If you got something to say, I encourage you to say it in the comment section down below after the live stream concludes. Some last live chats from Deborah Stump, way to go Griffins, great win, and from Katrina Newberry, good game. If you check out the bottom right corner of your screen, you'll see the URL to my personal website, jessesports.com. You can find out more about me, the freelance sports broadcasting services that I provide to different teams, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team. Below that, my email address, jgms88@gmail.com. You can contact me directly with any questions or requests you may have. And then below that, the URL to my Instagram account, instagram.com/jgms88. Follow me on Instagram, where I sometimes post highlights from previous live streams. But for this live stream, that's going to do it. CSW 30, Newman 26. From the YMCA of Greater Boston, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a great rest of your Friday.